find harmony or resonance with your partner through their profile, if you do find harmony or resonance with their nodes, then you know that you're supposed to be there with them, and there is going to be dissonance in the way your purpose gets worked out. In other words, it's not going to work out the way you would like, but you'll also see it's supposed to be that way. Remember, because we're not alone, see, every time I take you into profile, I take you away from human design and I bring you into the Global Incarnation Index. And it's different knowledge. Oh yes, they're deeply related to each other, but it's different knowledge because the perspective of the index is the whole. It's the whole. Now, of course, it's necessary in the whole to see what happens when somebody correctly doesn't get to live out their purpose. You know, it's like anything else. The whole has to have everything. So if you see there's no direct harmony or resonance in the profile, look to the node. Now, if you don't see resonance or harmony, either in the profile or in the node, that's a not self relationship if there ever was one. Yes. Yeah, the nodes of the moon. It doesn't matter which one, unconscious, conscious. In other words, it gives you the opportunity to see from your profile, do you link to the nodes of the moon? Because after all, the nodes of the moon give the vehicle its direction in this life. That is, it gives it its direction in a physical sense for itself. It doesn't give it its direction in terms of fulfilling its purpose within the whole. And of course, one of the things for right angles is that if you look at right angles and you look at their unconscious, you'll see that the vast majority of right angle crosses, there's 7 of them, you'll see that most of those right angle crosses have a transpersonal unconscious. You know, so you have the 1-4, you have the 2-4. You know, you can see those things that are built in there. You got the 3-5. You know, they're built into that. You have the 3-6. In other words, you can see that the personality is always dominating in a cross. So the personality is right angle and gives the nature of that right angle to the person. But still, there would be no continuity unless their unconscious was interested in the transpersonal. So the whole thing to see about being a right angle person is that though you're in the relationship to fulfill your own destiny, that can be or seem to feel like that's selfish. But look, it's the purpose that matters. The right angle person needs to have purpose fulfilled in their partnership. And if the purpose can be fulfilled, it doesn't matter whether you're just in it for yourself. Both partners are going to feel good in the bond that they have with each other. The other thing is, if you don't have resonance or harmony through the profiles, but you find it in the nodes, it's not the same thing. In other words, it's, you know, in terms of the ease with which you're